Hello and welcome to our May card camp. We hope that you've got your kits from the library. We're going to be doing 2 cards again today. The first one that we're going to work on is a special fold called a Peekaboo flip card. And these are the pieces that you would need to make this card. So, to start, I wanted to tell you that the card is made up of 3 components to make the Peekaboo flip card. This is going to be the front of your card, and we have punched the hole in the corner where we wanted to have our flip exposed. And I wanted to show you, in case you wanted to duplicate this at home, how we punched the remaining holes so everything would line up. Once you punch your front of the card as you're desired, then you're going to take the center part of your card, which for your kit is the orange piece, and it should fold in half. And what we did was we positioned that as it will be when the card is assembled, and we used a pencil to draw a circle and used that to punch in just the right position. Then, again, use the pencil to draw a circle. So now we know exactly where we want our punch to be. So when the card is assembled, all 3 of those circles are all lined up. So just wanted to show that so that if you wanted to duplicate it, you would know how to be successful. So the first step in putting together the Peekaboo flip card is to take the back piece, and the back piece is the one that has just the 1/4 inch score. And we wrote on there adhesive here because we wanted to make sure you put the adhesive in the right spot. I'm using a wet glue and just putting some adhesive, a few dots, down that 1/4 inch tab. Then we're going to take our centerpiece, which is our orange piece, and adhere. I tend to like to work in this direction. We're just going to adhere that right to that 1/4 inch tab. The reason why I like working with the wet glue for this is it's a little forgiving, so I can move my cardstock to make sure it's in the right direction. I'm going to hold that for just a few seconds to make sure it sticks. Now you want to put adhesive on the front of the centerpiece, and it'll be easy for you to know what is the right front because that's the piece that we embossed for this card. Once you put adhesive all over the front, you're going to take the front piece with the scored part to the left, and you know because you're in the right direction because you're going to match up the circles. And again, I'm going to place that down and scooch it just a little bit, which we can do because we used wet glue. And now, what you're going to do is fold this scored piece in so that it's between the back piece and your middle, which is our orange cardstock. So you want to make sure that this is how the Peekaboo flip card is put together. When it's closed, it's going to just show the circles. But when you open it, that front piece is going to slide and give you a separate image. So the first thing that I wanted to do was put the very back piece, this will be what shows when the card is closed. So in your kit, we have a thinking of you circle. Now here I'm going to apply just using dry adhesive. I'm going to kind of center that up. And because I have the dry adhesive, if I need to move that a little bit, I'm using repositionable. So we have our thinking of you, which is going to show when the card is closed. Then, when you open your flip card, we use this pattern paper to be what you'll see when it's opened. And I just put it, to make sure it's perfect, I just laid it there and then lifted up that orange center to make sure that it was just in exactly the right spot. So now our Peekaboo card starts with thinking of you, and when you open it, you get the pattern piece showing instead. To decorate the inside, we included a few little floral punch outs, and I'm just going to use my dry adhesive and just kind of put 3 of them in this corner because I wanted to leave the bottom open for you to write your greeting. Now, to decorate the front of the card, you'll see a pattern piece, and yours will be punched, but I didn't punch for this until the video because I wanted to show you that I did again. I cut my paper and then I drew a circle so that I could punch it in just the right spot. And that's just to show you, if you want to duplicate this flip card, that you'll be successful doing it. Put adhesive all over that. And lined it up so that the hole is showing. And then we have the last piece in your kit is this little strip, which we're using to decorate the side. So there's your completed flip card. Now, when I opened it, it stuck a little bit that first time I opened it. So a trick you can do is to put a little bit of washi tape or Scotch tape right here, and that will keep your card from sticking. So we hope you enjoyed making that from your kit. And I wanted to show you some samples that others have made to give you an idea of just how clever this Peekaboo flip card is. Here's another one where it's a caterpillar flips to a butterfly. Isn't that beautiful? Here's one. One lucky dog to have you, and when you open it up, the dog's looking at you, woofing you a happy birthday. Now, a sample that we've done for one of the library stamps that are available is this, A Little Birdie Told Me stamp set. Isn't that just lovely? I love this Peekaboo flip card. This set is one that the library has. It's called A Little Birdie Told Me. So you could check this stamp set out and make your own Peekaboo flip cards at home. I wanted to spend just a minute in case you don't know how to find the stamp sets that are in the library system. So here we knew to search for a stamp set called Hot Diggity Dog. But if you didn't know to search for a particular stamp set, what you want to do is search for 3D object. Now that'll give you other items besides stamps, but all the stamps will be under a 3D object. Once you look through the 3D objects, sometimes you'll see the description will say stamp, so you know you're talking about a stamp set. But if you see a link where it says web link that's highlighted, just click on that web link and it will show you a picture of what the stamp set looks like. So when you click on the web link for Hot Diggity Dog, this is what you're going to see. And this Hot Diggity Dog would make another great set to use for the Peekaboo flip card. So just wanted to make sure that everybody knows where to find the stamps. And of course, if you have any questions on where to find the stamp sets that the library has available, you could just stop in or call anybody at the library and they could certainly help you. Now, let's go to the second card in your kit. This is what is called a mini slim card. So the slim cards are popular right now. This one is a little bit smaller, so it's called a mini slim. And I like this size because it's easy to find envelopes at the Staples, and it's just it's nice size, different size to work with. So the first thing I want to do is attach this burlap ribbon. This is kind of thick ribbon. So I'm going to use my wet glue in the center. Attach that ribbon and hold it for a little bit. Then I'm going to put some wet glue on top of that ribbon, and I think I'm going to use wet glue for the whole layer. Oops, see, it's coming up already, but no worries, because once we attach it to the front of our mini slim, we can hold that down again for it to stick. The mini slim size card is 6 inches by 7 inches, and it's scored at the 3.5 inch mark. So we've got the base glued down. Now, this card uses fabric. These are this is a fabric that has different mill seams. So yours might look a little bit different than the one you see here. So I love using the fabric on cards. It gives a nice texture. And what I did was kind of roughly cut out one of the mill seams. And then we're going to use this special sticker paper. You'll know that it's the sticker paper because it has the writing on it, and it has different score marks where you can take that sticker paper right off. On the exposed sticker side, you then want to lay your fabric piece down so it's nice and flat. Now, I use a pair of scissors just to cut off the excess sticker paper, and that's just because I like to use a trimmer to get straight lines, and I don't want to have the adhesive stuck on my trimmer. So I'm starting by just cutting out the exposed adhesive. Now, when you're using fabric, it's best if you need to cut to use a rotary trimmer. If you use a straight trimmer, it's going to catch on the fabric. If you don't have a rotary trimmer, though, it's really not a problem. You can use your scissors. The way that I usually cut the fabric is I kind of eyeball a straight line and press really hard because you're going through the fabric layer plus the adhesive cardstock layer. And then I'm going to kind of eyeball the second side. Let me show you. If you don't have a rotary trimmer, it's really not a problem to just eyeball and cut a straight line. It doesn't have to be perfect. So if you don't have a rotary trimmer, there's no worries. Just cut using a pair of nice sharp scissors. The last piece in your kit is a brown piece. Now this piece is going to be larger than needed. And the reason why is we had different mill seams that were kind of different sizes. So I wanted to make sure everybody had enough cardstock. So what I did, since it's the size is a little bit too large, is I just kind of eyeballed a 1/4 inch mat on the top and left side. and then adhered my fabric piece down. Now this is easy to adhere with just regular adhesive because that sticker paper on the back is just a cardstock. And then I'm just going to use, I'm going to eyeball again about 1/4 inch to cut. And that looks a little bit long, so I'm going to trim a little more. And if you don't want to use a trimmer, you can just use a pair of scissors and it's going to be just fine. Now the last thing that's left to do, and I'm going to use wet glue since we're going over that thick burlap ribbon, I'm going to use some wet glue. Adhere it to the back, and we're going to put it right down in the corner. Now this space here is where I would put a stamped greeting. Again, you can search for 3D object in the library card catalog, and you'll be able to find lots of images, and all you would need is a black ink pad of your own and that stamp set. And you could add an image there, but I think the card looks just fine the way it is. So we hope you liked our card camp and you enjoyed these 2 cards, and we look forward to seeing you next month